Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the MariJayneMaven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Roll up.
Welcome to Menage with the MariJayneMaven podcast with your host, the MariJayneMaven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm sending you love and light immediately at the beginning of this episode. You know who this is. You know it's your girl, MariJayneMaven, and welcome to Menage with the MariJayneMaven. We are having a very, very special guest. I am super excited about this episode. We've been kind of chilling here for a bit. You know, we're on a little bit of CP time as far as with our guests, but we've been having a good time, getting nice and appropriately lifted. But before we get deep and down into everything, you guys know what to do to show me that you love me and to show your support. Please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you want to go ahead and leave us a comment. Visit my website as well, and you'll find links to all of the different companies that I work with, sponsor, have affiliate links for, and you'll find the ways that you can be a part of a episode by leaving a message, calling in, or even just, putting in your information to be a guest co-host. So definitely follow that. We'll make sure that the link to the website is located in the, or like I like to say, doobly-doo. Shout out to GunTuber. He knows who he is, who says that. But yeah, so you guys know all about the gun tubes. So today's episode, as I said, we're going to have a very special guest. We're going to have lots of fun. I want you guys to get your power flower, get that prepared, because we are going to have our spark and salutations in just one moment. I want you guys to also make sure that you follow us on all platforms and go ahead and leave a critique, leave a comment. They better be nice. I don't take no, I'm just kidding. Leave whatever type of constructive criticism you may have or anything else. Just let us know. Just get in touch. I don't bite unless you want me to. So what we're going to do today is we have a very, very special, like I said, guest. And the theme for this season is, what's your why? Why is it that you do what you do? What motivates you? What is your purpose? What's your passion? If you don't know it, let's discover it, define it, and put it into motion. So this season is really going to focus on guests that have overcome some obstacles, that maybe have completely pivoted and changed their life. And now what they're doing is right. It's in their purpose. It's in, within their passion. They're not living in fear. They're living within their passion and purpose. So we, of course, are going to have people that are within the cannabis industry. I may have some that are just entrepreneurs, but overall, this is to help optimize, elevate, let's see, we want to make it all better. We want to make it all better. Okay. I did have a previous spark and salutation. So sorry, brain fart. But what we're going to start off with is our quote. Nothing has changed there. You guys know I love my quotes. Quotes can make great affirmations for the day. And it can be just a way for you to kind of get that come to Jesus talk, or that girl, shut up, or, that talk that you get from your best friend, that little bit of pump me up. You can get that from quotes. There's a lot of knowledge in affirmations, daily quotes. There's so many apps and things that you can utilize that will help to implement that into your everyday self-care. So this quote is, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So facts. Give it all kind of snaps there. And that is a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I think that I am if I'm not mistaken, this is probably like the 10th quote that I've used by this person. So I don't know. We're connected. We're connected somewhere. Before I move on, because it's so rude of me to show some love and to say what's up to the hubby, who you know is always doing the great producing. Hello there, sexy. All right. So you just can't leave him out in the cold. Now, I do have I'll say somebody who within the industry is much more than a friend, is much more than an acquaintance, is somebody that I want to see win and somebody that I've learned from. Somebody who, when I first met him, just moving to the area, so not only did he have his family to get situated, he had to, kind of get used to the not just California lifestyle, but the Northern Cali lifestyle. I mean, we were just sitting here talking about music, and I said something about East Coast, and he's like, "Don't ever say that again, as that's your choice for East Coast music." But somebody, definitely where East Coast is within his soul. But he was able to come here and did what he needed to do. I saw him at every networking event. I saw him, even if I wasn't there, I'd see pictures and he was there. I started to meet people that were like, "You know him too?" And I'm like, "I know him first. Yes, of course." But just to see his growth within the area as an entrepreneur and as somebody that has taken what he needed to do temporarily. And we'll talk about sometimes you need to do things temporarily to get to your end goal. And I think that I feel comfortable in saying that I think that he's definitely reaching not even that end goal, but this is like the second chapter in the latter part. I want to say the latter part, the middle part of his story. And so I want to welcome, not like I said, not just an acquaintance, not just a good friend, somebody that I respect. He's an entrepreneur, an investor, a traveler, a father, a husband, visionary, positive thinker, networker. Like I said, every network event. I think when we saw each other again after pandemic, it was at a networking event for the first time. All about winning vibes and the positive vibes only. You have to have that. You have to have that today. OG Jersey boy. I like that. And always keeping it 100. Please welcome who is, I want to say the creator, the founder, the great thinker behind what will be your favorite cannabis brands. Good pizza. But please welcome my boy JP to the fam. So if you guys are, subscribers, and if you are fans, which I know you all are, you may recognize him from episode or season 1.
Yeah.
Like episode 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5, very early on. We were lit. I mean, yeah, I look at pictures and I'm like, damn, there is nothing but smoke in that studio.
Yeah, it was smoky. That was a smoky
it was, but we had a good time. And he is now podcasting, which he definitely should be with, like I said, such a good brand, which we're going to delve into in a minute here. And I was just a guest on his podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Oh, no, thank you. I had a good time. I had a really good time.
Definitely.
So I want you guys to also go check him out. I want you to follow. I want you to subscribe. I want you to support just as you do for me. Add that to your podcast list. It's going to be part of your new favorite podcast, especially cannabis-based. If you are a cannabis connoisseur and you live loud and proud within your cannabis lifestyle, this is another platform for you. He has some great questions, really good conversationalist, and you guys will have some time. You will have a good time. So let's go ahead and do the spark and salutation. I know you guys are like, girl, quit talking and let's do that. So, love and light to everybody. And thank you to the guests for providing, our spark and salutation today.
Of course.
I was trying to roll something and it was not happening.
It wasn't happening, man.
It was not
I seen
happening.
my homegirl struggling. I had to pass the torch, man.
He did. He helped me out there.
You
So,
feel me? Friends helping friends.
Always.
Powerful stuff.
So before I move on, I do want to go ahead and give a little bit of a spotlight to a subscriber. As we have mentioned several times on our podcast, we do have access for you guys to subscribe, and you get exclusive content. You may get, a special education session with me. You may get to guest co-host on the podcast. Maybe you send in questions. Maybe you send in show topics, whatever it may be. But we do have a subscriber, And this new subscriber I want to give a shout out to, and it is Howard Reich. So, Howard, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Here's to you. Here's elevation to you and to your wellness. I appreciate you, and I hope to, continue to have you, keeping me on my toes, as a subscriber. So thank you so much to Howard Reich. Howard Reich. Oh, I was going to say it like I used to say my class in high school, but it drives my husband crazy. Say tu sabes. So, but hey, what's he going to do? It's something that's endearing about me. So we're going to jump right into our topics, guys. Oh, you're playing that? Now you guys know it's the hubby on the sound. So blame him if it's a little something, a little salacious. Yeah, like I told you guys this summer we were camping and it was like 4:00 in the morning, and you guys remember the Chronic, right? And there's that one scene or one little skit that it is the porn star, fucking two girls.
Yeah.
Someone decides at 3:30, 4:00 in the morning to turn that up full blast. So all you hear through the whole campground is, you picked up. It was hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's just say
That's
somebody.
an L skip for the 3 a.m.
Yeah.
camping scene.
Let's just say, we weren't sober. Let's just say. And he thought it was hilarious though.
Man.
I wish you could hear how loud it was. It was like, I'm telling you, everybody heard. Everybody. And they're probably like, there's the black people. So we are going to jump right into a little bit of drums this episode to start off with.
Dun, dun, dun.
So let's see here. Let me get to this. So first, we're going to start off with actually a little education before we get to the mess. All right.
All right.
So, because I just looked at myself at this. Yeah, I did not have right. So the first segment is The More You Know. Like NBC, but not because I don't want them coming after me. So, I'm all about education. I'm about informing you about the great things about the industry. Yes, it can. But the more you know, it helps to replace that. So we are wanting to give a little shout out. Of course, it is Black History Month. It is a couple of days towards the end of it. And instead of, kind of highlighting people throughout the month, I want to give everybody their shine continuously. So this will be something that I do more than just in the month of February. Sorry, I'm trying to pass the spark here. There we go. So yes, so we are going to talk about 9 cannabis dispensaries or brands that are doing it so well, and they are Black owned, and they're doing it the right way out of Southern California. Now, I know many of you that know where I'm located in the city of trees. You're probably like, well, why aren't you covering up in Northern Cali? We have them here in the Bay Area, and we have a few here in Sacramento, but these are ones that I feel are really kind of like trailblazing and making their mark within the industry. So, hold on.
Oh, baby bladder. It's just the beers. It's the beers. So anyway, this week on Mary Jane Maven. Is it still live? Oh, all right. Shit. All right, so we're taking a little break, a little pause for the cause. She'll be right back. For those wondering what I'm smoking right now, smoking on some good pizza, strain yoga pants. Yoga pants is biscotti crossed with runts, crossed with gelato 41. Definitely a runtsy vibe, but you could tell it's something different going on. We chose this strain for we just needed some candy gas in the lineup, you know what I'm saying? and we didn't want it to be straight runs. You feel me? So we found this little lady. Not too many people are running it, and we brought it in house. Man, we got a couple spots with it now. Oh, word. Website goodpizza.com. Go catch that for some fire merch and products. You know what I'm saying? We just did a hoodie drop. We got some dope tees. Some of it's my artwork. Some of it's some artists I collab with. Dopery. Definitely cool smoking gear. Cool lifestyle brand. Just if you like good pizza, you'll like my clothes. I'll put it to you like that. You know what I'm saying? And now, without any further ado, we got the lovely Tiffany Dubé back on the Mizike.
I am back. Now, those
I
are
held it
what-
down for you. I held it
Thank you
down.
so
We just
much.
talked about what I was smoking and shit. I kept them warm for you.
I knew that you would. This is live. If you guys have watched me before, you know during the hot chip challenge, I had to leave 45 minutes in. You guys know that I will get up in a hot second because I have to pee. And I am super hot all of a sudden. I was super hot, then I had to pee like that. And then I just tell you, like, let me go pee before we get on.
You did, and she did. She
You know?
emptied the bladder, or we thought she did.
So I manifested that. So excuse me, guys. So sorry about that. But you know, it is what it is. If I wasn't me, then you guys wouldn't love me so much. So jumping right back into everything. So the 9 cannabis brands in Southern California. Like as I was saying, here in the City of Trees, we're working it out. There's a couple of, Black owned, especially by women, that are blowing up, and that have for a while. Crystal Nugs, she's getting ready to, the owner, Maisha, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly, but she is getting ready to come out with what will be the largest dispensary in Sacramento. It's going to be like blocks. It wraps. It's on J Street. It was an old.
Shit.
I want to say it was an old like beauty salon
J
or
what?
J and
It's all
I
right.
can
It don't
picture
matter.
it. I'll have to tell you because I can picture it, and like you've probably driven by it and seen it. It literally it's gonna be about a block and a half, 2 blocks.
Damn.
And I think she's going to be doing her cultivation. She already has pre-rolls. And if you guys are in the City of Trees, she is probably one of the most successful delivery services by having Crystal Nuts.
Nice.
I do know another graduate of the equity program, Miko Banks. She is opening her own manufacturing, cultivation, and it's going to be a like an incubator. I think she's going to be making sure she can help others as well. We have a couple of success stories. The gentleman that I introduced you to, who was holding events on K Street for a while. I know he does certain things.
Nice.
So and we have a few others. So I say we have a handful of really good success stories. However, we're so close to the bureaucracy and the politics that our programs are held up a bit, and so we could have so many more success stories than what we have. The Bay Area, they definitely have some. But LA, that's probably why they think SoCal is the best out of the Northern and Cali, but they have it together. And what's funny is they used to have the most illegal dispensaries.
Yeah, they still do.
True.
They still do. They still does.
They kind of started looking the other way because they were like, we don't have enough manpower to go and shut all these down.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. But the fact that they had that, but then they're still being so successful.
Yeah.
And in regulated and legal businesses. So these 9 locations, they're on my bucket list. Like I want to take a trip to LA just to kind of visit some of these locations. So the first being a new location that actually Jay-Z, he invested in the organization or the company Josephine and Billy's, which their dispensary. They're kind of like a speakeasy. Well, not kind of. They're shaped and they're designed after a speakeasy. Okay. So they have the wellness aspect, but they also have like a lounge. Very, very good there. And they also did for the month of February, they did what was called a black box. So they got some of the Black brands to be able to put in. Okay. And it was there was only like maybe 100 of them of these boxes. So it was very limited. Our very own City of Trees, very own, and unfortunate, but the family of Stephon Clark.
Yeah.
His mom has started a cannabis business.
No shit.
And yeah,
No way.
yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
What's it called? I want to support it, man.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
it's
dope.
great. And
Is it
their
delivery
organization,
or a dispensary
find
or
real
what's
quick.
the deal? Maybe a brand or something?
It's a brand, and they
Word.
have a couple strains right now, not too many, but
So they got a flower brand.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And they started, I want to say they worked with the equity program in some extent. But what's so great about it is that they have an organization that is to help others as well, like to
Okay.
help especially anybody that has been a victim and their families have been victims of, police crime or,
Yeah.
anything like that. So
Sure.
let's see, I just shared on LinkedIn and I don't feel like going all the way to LinkedIn. So yeah, I'll give you guys the name of it, but they are really doing really good things. And the mother and his brother, who we, if you're around Sacramento, he is always out and about.
Yeah.
But they are the ones that are, working with expanding the brand. And Brandon
dope.
Bolton, who was a guest on the podcast as well, also worked with them to help them to get the business up and running. So I'll get that for you. I'll have that before we end because I want to share it with you guys too. But it was great to see her be a part of it and to be considered as one of these, prolific Black-owned cannabis brands. So they were in it. 7 Leaves. I don't believe Ball Family Barnes was in it, but
Okay.
that's another
Ball Family
another
for
brand.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, I love. Oh my gosh! Should
Yeah.
I tell you I met him at Hall of Flowers?
Yeah, same.
It was like I was geeking out because when I found out he was there, I was like, okay, I've messaged you. I have shared shit on LinkedIn. Like,
Yeah.
you may be like, oh, here comes that girl. But I damn sure was not, he was not getting out of there. When I found out that he was there and he was there for a little bit of time, I
Oh,
was like,
shit.
it was actually right
Oh my God.
after I saw you is when he
Okay.
walked by right after that. That shit was so hot. It was so hot in there. Oh my gosh. It was so crazy.
Yo, it was. I was regretting I didn't wear shorts. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What month is that?
Just, oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Jinx,
On
what do
it.
they call it? You owe me a drink. Jinx, you owe me a drink. That's
Yeah.
what I was getting ready to.
Yeah,
The
you
Justice
ain't said
Street.
it.
That's the name of it. So you guys check out. It is being
Okay.
touted as kind of like an indie weed brand, but it invites California to light up for the cause, and the cause is to help, like I said, with anybody that has gone through with one, unfortunately, with
Yeah.
with losing a loved one. But Josephine and Billy's, like I said, they offered that black box that they were Justice Street was located in, was in that as well. And Gorilla RX Wellness. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of them. I know that the hubby has the website either on on the screen, or you guys will be able to check it. No, he doesn't. Okay. So the way that you guys will be able to check this is it's on Travel Nore. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's it. So it's the 9 Black-owned cannabis dispensaries in Los Angeles that they think that you should visit, and that are, like I said, kind of setting the stage. But one that I am very, very, I've done a lot of research on recently, and I'm going to reach out to them, is a mother and daughter owned dispensary, and it's called Gorilla Wellness, RX Wellness. All of their brands are all Black-owned.
Nice.
All of them in their dispensary. That's fire.
That's fire.
So
it's not easy either.
No, it's
Right.
not. And they have so many. So it's like they have their finger on the pulse of those companies that are there. So many of the companies I think are being represented by other companies who invest in them, and then unfortunately they become the owner because of the percentage that they put in. And that's something that we have to eradicate that, because so many people of color are getting into the industry to become entrepreneurs, and then they do everything they can and that they need to, and then you end up finding somebody who says, well, let me invest in you, and next thing you know, you owe 50% and they own 51, which makes them the owner. So this is where I think programs like what's happening in the Bay Area and what's happening in Los Angeles as far as the equity programs, they're right, because it seems like they are training the individuals to be business savvy and to kind of stay away from those pitfalls of of what a lot of cannabis entrepreneurs are hitting.
Right.
So but I want to give all shouts out to them. I think you guys are doing a great job. Like I said, I want to plan like a whole trip. I would be for my birthday, but we already promised the kids we'll go to Universal Studios. So I would love to just plan a trip where I could do 2 in a day, so knock it
Easy.
out for like 4 days, down there. And the second kind of under the more is our Canna brand, who is going to receive their crowning moment. So this Canna brand is, I think, genius for what they're doing. A Black owned by a young Black woman, and it is called Saucy. The website is Dose of Saucy, and what it is lines of condiments, starting with barbecue sauce that's infused.
Okay.
She's
the
from
medicated
Texas.
barbecue.
Yes.
All right.
And that's genius as well.
Yeah.
What do you think about being at Hall of Flowers? I know that you saw all of the different products that are, waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
Some that are already out there. So I'll have 2 questions for you. One, what do you think about the boom in the products as far as the industry? How do you think that helps or hurts?
The boom in the product, like as far as what?
So there's so a brand that I represent has a breath spray.
Okay, like the new products.
There's
like newer.
there's the infused beer that takes out all the alcohol, which is fucking, that was great, especially because it was 100 in hell that day. Or
it's cool. It allows more people to get in, to get involved. You know what I'm saying? Maybe smoking ain't your thing. Maybe vaping ain't your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe edibles ain't your thing, but you could drink a beer.
Right.
That can get you,
or some tea
there,
or a seltzer. Do you have noticed how many
spray.
seltzers are out nowadays?
I haven't seen the seltzers.
Oh.
Like the regular seltzer
Yeah.
with THC.
Before you leave, I'll let you taste. I have a whole thing behind here
Yeah, that's
from
cool.
a company I used to do education for. So there's
That's
seltzer.
I love seeing all the new shit. I'm a weed nerd at heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
always looking for another cool thing. I'm a smoker though. You know what I'm saying?
So and
but
it's something. Yeah.
I like the shit. I like all the innovative shit where everything goes. You know what I mean?
So what do you think about the large corporations? Like one of the big seltzer companies or brands is PBR, as in Pabst Blue Ribbon. To me, stay your asses in the alcohol lane.
Yeah.
Like don't come over. That's
there's
just
no
my opinion.
love
But
because alcohol is not about love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Alcohol is about money, and when you bring that shit over to cannabis, it doesn't translate. This is real medicine, real medicine from the earth, and like, it's just that's just all bad, man.
Yeah.
Whenever corporate money comes in cannabis,
There you
it's all
go.
bad, man.
Yeah, I remember when we first met. I was like, my
It's
main
terrible.
goal was to help it not be corporate.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
And
happen.
it is. I mean, because we live in good old America.
Yeah, in
and
California.
everything- yeah.
You know what I mean?
Capitalistic.
Yeah. Big taxes.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, I think the only way that if Newsom would have been, and I like Newbie. I like Newbie. I think he handled the pandemic great. I call him Newbie like I know him. But I think that if he had been in charge when we were voting on whether or not it was going to become legal, we were going to become a recreational state, I don't know if it would have passed. Because he is very much about the money aspect.
Right.
So I know for me, like I hate to see, what's the newest company that I just saw the other day? It's another corporation that they're jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm like, no, can you guys just do what you do? Oh, Jeff Bezos and Amazon. That's who it was.
In cannabis?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, you already know what's the play there is as soon as it's federally legal. I mean, that's going to be the biggest plug in the fucking world.
I mean, he's probably part of, if it will be, because he's probably going to donate to it because he knows he'll get that money back in like a day.
But the good news is he'll be knocking on Good Pizza's door for those good pizzas. You know what I mean?
And I have a feeling they'll start with like delivery first. I just have a feeling like he'll slide. That'll be the way that they'll kind of slide in because we use Amazon for delivery. I mean, how often during the week is Amazon at your house?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest, either
Right.
it's grocery delivery, it's whatever, so
It's crazy, man.
I can see it, but it's
fucking crazy.
Yeah. If at that time,
it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
And I won't be so upset about it or bothered by it unless it just completely takes the wellness away from it. Unless, if it stops being an option for people to live a better, life as far as their health. If, they can prolong, their, let's just say they have an illness, but they can prolong the quality of life that they see for themselves for a lot of time. If that gets taken over because of corporate, then that will be, a failure, a huge failure.
It would be, but I know for sure the underground will still thrive. You know what I'm saying? The traditional farmers, the traditional folks will still thrive. All the small batch craft cannabis will still thrive. Like as long as you're in that circle and you're involved in that part of the game, like you'll always be good. You'll always be able to feed your family. You might not get rich, but you'll always be able to feed your family.
So what do you think about the this one dispensary in Oakland just got hit? I guess they've been trying for months and months and months.
I've seen it. It's terrible.
Yeah,
man.
That infuriates me, guys. We have it
my
legal.
cousin's store got hit twice in Oakland, man.
Yeah,
in the last 2 months.
Yeah, and that's what it was in Oakland.
They sell clothes, man.
Yeah, and it's just like, get a job.
It's terrible, yo. That generation, they're fucking animals, man.
Yeah,
they're wild.
And
I thought we was wild.
Man.
They're in the. There's too many of them on the same type of time, running it up at the same fucking time.
Yes,
and you can't control these little motherfuckers, man.
And they don't care. They just don't care. Like
they don't care. They barely throw a mask on.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck.
I mean, or tell, like you said, snitch. And we talked about earlier.
Snitching
is okay now.
They just tell. They go do it. Tell any mans, get the fuck out of there, and you good.
We were just saying that the two new people that they're looking at in Young Dolph's murder. Somebody snitched. That's why you guys are now looking for these two. Some of those. I'm sorry. Remember, I was telling you I kept hitting my microphone when I was on this
should I look over here? Look at you. Who I'm looking at?
I just always kind of look back and forth. Remember, I told you like tap, and he's like, "Don't tap." So my bad, guys. I am. I talk with my hands, but it. The fact that it's like there's no apology behind it. They don't care, and it's like. What's really sad is that a lot of them think they're not going to live past the age of like 21, 23, 25.
But did we? You feel me?
I look, some of the, like we were talking about raves and stuff. Some of the time that I was.
And it was just like a vibe, like, damn, man, like you seen the people around you. You know what I'm saying? You see a neighborhood. So you didn't think you were going to make it because you lost a bunch on the way, right? These little dudes, they see it everywhere on Insta. They see all their favorite rappers get killed now. Like,
and there are funerals and and the thing is we have to keep our asses off of social media.
We had Mario Brothers, they had Grand Theft Auto from the day one. You know what I mean? They were desensitized, man.
What our video games like maybe you stole a car in like Mario Kart, maybe? Like you would steal
you couldn't even steal
like,
my car, man.
There was none of that. You played for yourself.
Grand Theft Auto 1 was the first time you could ever do it. And it was in like super pixelated and it was gangster as fuck. And it was amazing.
And but see, we know the difference between like, I feel like in their minds, they know that shit's not real. You know what I'm saying? But do they really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's like, you guys will do things like you're going to respawn. You're not going to respawn if you're shooting at somebody or, it's like, it's crazy. But everything's such instant gratification and everything is, instant celebrity. I mean, look at the Island Boys. They blew up. That I was definitely singing, I'm an island boy.
Right.
And they are so, I don't want to call anybody a fronter. I don't want to call anybody, a poser, because the way that I grew up, people would have definitely said, oh, you are the whitest black girl ever. And I was not trying to be, it was how I grew up. So I don't ever tell or judge anybody and say that's not how they can really feel, that's not what they identify with.
So they're Cuban, right? I had to look it up.
I
was like, yo, these dudes really from an island, because I feel like they're from Florida.
They're
from Cuba.
They are,
but they look crazy.
And they admitted the other day.
Okay, what's
their mother and their father and like their
they're probably born there like 2 years old. You know what I'm saying?
They were born in Florida. They
was born in Florida.
Yeah.
So
they were on the podcast the other day. And so do you know the Hoff Twins? Have you seen the video of them?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I've got to see. So the Hoff Twins are from the Bay. They're from Marin City. Only white boys that live in the one apartment unit complex that's out there. Yeah. And they blew up.
Pac used to live there, right?
Yeah, exactly. They blew up because there's this channel on YouTube called Channel 5 News. And they did like a little documentary on them. And they look like baby's mamas is black, they homies is black, like everything they do, they talk like from the back. Okay.
Sure.
I cannot tell them, or nobody can tell them that that's not really them, and they say nigga, and I had a friend, shout out to my girl Sarah. She used to every other word, and I was never offended by it because that was her, like that. It was just like her saying, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was her growing up, and You know, she went to Florin High. If you guys know anything about South Sac, and you know, so that was just her. These dudes, that's them. And then so they were on doing a joint interview with Chet Hanks, who's Tom Hanks' son.
Oh, he's a trip, ain't he? He's a fucking trip.
Imagine him.
Shout out to you, Chet Hanks. You're a fucking trip.
Imagine him, but twins, but like Bay Area, like real. So
it's a mess.
They all did a podcast and then called the Island Boys, and they were laughing.
Oh my god!
So that's how I found out that they said, "Well, we're not actually from Cuba. Our parents are, and you know, but we're Cuban." So they got their feelings hurt because I get they probably thought like, "Oh, here's some white boys that you know are the same way as us, so we can get in together." Chet and the Hoff Twins, first of all, they were lit. They were definitely drinking something.
Yeah.
And it was funny. They start talking about they black babies' mamas and all this stuff. And it's just like, you're Tom Hanks' son.
Right.
Like, you know,
it just trips me out, man.
Yeah. You know, Tom Hanks probably goes, every time he gets on something, he probably goes, oh.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he loves him.
Who knows?
But he probably doesn't understand him either. Doesn't look like Tom Hanks. Nah. Yeah. You know, great actor, but it doesn't look like he's too in you know, in tune.
Forrest Gump, bro. You feel
Please
me?
tell hubby that is such a good movie.
It's a good movie.
He thinks that
I've watched it so many times.
Oh my god, that is my favorite.
So good. And yo, it's the one movie like I could just hop in wherever it is. Like it's like double dutch. I just hop in and get my boogie on and get the fuck out.
Good.
By the way, I can't double dutch, but in my mind, that's how it goes.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't either. I would trip and fall, especially nowadays.
It looks amazing. I've always been intrigued.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I think that's his best acting. Hubby thinks it is a horror. He just
you feeling it.
He'll be like, please don't make me watch that when it's on. And I'm
hey
like,
man, it's not for everybody.
I love it. But he, you know, there's only a few Tom Hanks movies that you're really fans of. I mean, who's not a fan of Big? Come on, that's back in the day.
I don't think I've seen it.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Big. No,
where they dance on the big piano and
no.
Oh, you've got to watch that too. Come on, what are you guys doing out there on the East Coast? You didn't watch Big? Like took place.
We've seen it. I've seen Notorious.
I've seen that though. Speaking of a Notorious, this is actually a good move into our next topic which is music and Mary Jane. You guys know I love music, and music and Mary Jane. You know that weed, it goes together perfectly. If you guys don't know, it's scientifically proven that marijuana helps to make a better connection with music. That you have extra chakras, and you know your auditory system is like improved times 10. It becomes like your own stereo system, and it just really allows you to to tap into.
Didn't know that was proven.
Yeah,
that's ill.
Yeah. So I love it. And this next topic is going to cover a couple of things within the industry. But first, you guys know I always have my songs that I'm obsessing off of, whether they're old or new. And I am kind of obsessing. I know you guys are gonna be like, that song? Like Drake has a whole new album. But for some reason the other day I was listening to What a Time to Be Alive. The only time that Future is a good artist is when he's with Drake, or when he's doing la da 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 slob on my knob. I love that. That is some of his best work right there.
Yikes. Yeah.
I wish you guys could see hubby, because he's like, I want to divorce you. But I'm the plug, which is going to be my, my slap of the week. That started playing, and I don't know what it is about the first 3 lines of Drake's verse that it just, I mean, if I was a rapper, I would hate him too. Just like people hate Russ, because, he's so self-assured. He says what he says, and he proves what he say.
Ace from Jersey, shout to Russ.
I love Russ.
I don't really fuck with Russ like that.
Really? Oh,
lightweight.
I love. We are some Russ ass fans. Let me tell you. Like his new shit comes out, I'm right there. I'm like, the new Russ came out. I love it, and I'm so sad that we
missed
album
him. Was dope.
I'm so sad when you said what, babe? Oh, I got you. Can I have that? He actually came out here right after the pandemic. He did a show in Sacramento, but it was still around that time that we were like, still wear a mask, show your COVID test, and I didn't trust people enough to be in the
right those scenarios.
Yeah, and it was at the Memorial Auditorium where everybody was like this.
Right.
So I need to stay my black ass at home.
Outside of Golden One, am I bugging? But Sac doesn't have very big venues for like Maybe
No.
outside, maybe outdoors.
We
but
do outside. We
not
have-
indoors, I feel like.
No, we have the arena. We have the Memorial Auditorium.
Where's that?
On J Street. It
Okay.
is J and like 10th, babe. What did you say? Maybe a little further down. Yeah.
Convention Center?
Yeah. So it's on the left-hand side of J Street.
Oh, okay.
14th. Yeah. So it's on the left-hand side. You probably have
Gotcha.
like seen it.
I was just there earlier today.
It looks like an old building,
Okay.
which it kind of is, but it's 16.
We're going to the back way of the Thomas.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's where you can go. And then we have Ace of Spades, which is
yep. On our street.
yeah, when Live Nation took that over, which
Mhm.
because it used to be start with Z. I used to be a club that we used to go to.
Right.
When Live Nation bought it out, they were like, we're making it the music venue of Sacramento.
Empire.
Wow, that is not with a Z at all.
That's not a Z, homie.
It didn't
So-
start with a Z. It was Empire, though.
It kind of rhymed with Z, though. E rhyme with Z,
Kind of.
right?
Yeah,
I
that was
try
some time
to
ago.
throw you a
Look,
fucking
yeah,
lifeline.
we
I
were going
did.
back there like right after college. But so as I was saying, I'm the plug. Drake, Fire, Future. Only time he's fire is when he does anything with Drake. He should beg Drake to do an
Oh,
album
Shit.
like every 2 years. Like,
That's
please.
funny.
He really is. He really is. So he says, whole time I was ready, they was like, hold up, wait a minute. I was like, nah, nigga, let's get it. It's that OVO Halloween gang. You know how I'm rocking already. If you come here trying to take some, there's a lot more where that came from. And I'll just stop there because I'm not doing it injustice, but the shit is fire. So that's kind of my motto. I'm the plug. I'm your brand education plug for cannabis. I'm your wellness, your lifestyle, plug. So just know me as the plug. You can call me the plug when you see me out too.
Holla at the plug
Holla at the plug.
when you see me outside.
Yes. So what is I like to, to find out what music I should be listening to or, what I'm not listening to. So we're going to make this, what is a song? And I would love for you guys to, hit me up on the website, hit me up on social media, go in the comments of this video and let me know what is your go-to song when you want to smoke and listen to some music or set the stage.
Yeah. Nothing like some good smoking weed tunes.
Yes.
I would go Green Brain by DJ Scratch Perry. I've been knocking that real heavy lately. It's wild. I actually use it. I want to use it for my intro to the podcast. I'm really about to considering reaching out to his management, seeing if I can get it. I throw him a couple of dollars. So it's that good. But it's in if you go on my Instagram page, it's on one of my joints when I was promoting the clothes. It's like for my clothing drop. We use that for the video.
Well, I like that. I mean, there's
Fire.
ways that you could just like mix it and because it's expensive. I wanted to use
Right. How much do you?
I wanted
you
to use
tried to do
Jill
that
Scott. Yeah, like as part of mine when I started. I looked in that shit, got the email back, and I was like, I'm sorry for what?
How
And
much?
I only wanted to use just let's take a long walk around the park after. Like I only want to use just a little bit, and they were like 15, 16.
Bandos?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was like, what?
damn.
For Jill Scott? Like, oh, okay. All right.
Right. I ain't know.
So we did not.
Damn, right.
I was like, well, I can sing it and say it myself. Like we could try that.
Yeah.
But there's always ways to kind of figure it out. You mix it in with
Yeah.
other shit.
It's
do
all
something
good.
like
I know
that. But,
mad people that make beats.
Yeah.
I can find some.
well, I'm sure from the East
I
Coast.
just fuck with it.
you
Yeah.
know,
You know it's gonna be a little boom bap. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, Green Brain, DJ Scratch Perry,
Okay,
fucking fire.
I like it. I have to add that. Mine is old school. I love to. There's two. There is Rap Some by Nelly and the St. Lunatics from back in the day.
Already not feeling this playlist.
It's dope. Okay, the song is dope. It talks about nothing but smoking, and it also has significance in our relationship. And just one of those songs that no, nothing. It was like when we first got together, and my friend Sarah, my homegirl, we would. I remember one time we smoked before going out to see hubby. And we were on the freeway and she was like, is it just me? And I looked down at that time at my speedometer. I was going a full 37 miles per hour on the freeway.
Oh, man.
Going to Davis. That's how high it was. So
Oh, you wow.
That's so that also kind of plays with it. It's just good
Yeah,
memories
no,
to
it's
it.
all good. It's all
Another
good.
one
Big
is
up.
Below My Buzz by D12.
I don't think I heard that one.
Oh,
which album?
That one's
First
fire.
one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That is a
Maybe I
karaoke
did.
song that hubby and I love to do.
Okay. Oh, karaoke couple special.
Oh,
fuck
man.
yeah.
Don't.
You two fuck around?
Man. So
Okay.
he does more of like, what are you gonna sing? But the times that we do, it's Patiently Waiting.
By who?
M50.
Oh, word. Who does M? Who does Fifth?
We kind of switch it up because we both know. You should see us in the car. Like that shit goes on in the car. You would be like, are they okay over there? Because we are serious. You would think that we were them in the studio. Like it's serious.
Yo.
We both know the song so well. I think the last time I started to do
oh my God, I got
50, I think, and then you did it, and then he just went on and did Eminem as well. So I just ended up doing like the doubles. I was like, oh well, all right.
Right.
But we were also feeling it. We had, a few stiff drinks there at the karaoke spot. But I like to do shit that people don't expect me to do. So
yeah.
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
Oh, hello.
I did Stained the last time, and people were like, oh my God, oh my yeah. You were, I
don't even know what that is. That's wild.
Hard kind of hard, rock song from like 2000.
I figured it was rock.
Yeah, they were kind of, they weren't.
Sounds familiar.
They were kind of like a pop, not so much
Papa
a Papa
Roach. In and Out, came and went.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah, a little bit of Papa Roach, a little bit of Linkin Park, kind of around that time.
Okay. Yo, shout out Linkin Park, man.
Oh, so
Jersey
good.
shit.
So good. And they're getting ready to come out with another album.
I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with it.
I'm
just gonna let it the first two albums live forever. You know what
so
I mean?
good, right? That's all
I need. I don't need nothing new.
Maroon 5, only the first album. Other than that, shut the fuck up. But like only the first album.
Oh no, I fuck some Maroon 5, man.
I want Adam to stop doing what he's doing. Like moves like Jagger, kind of drew the line.
Like, I ain't fuck with that shit. Yeah,
but the very first album, songs about Jane.
Yo, sometimes I don't even be known as them. Sometimes, like moves like Jagger, I don't even think I knew that till just now.
That's what I'm saying, because they changed. Like they were just a lot more.
They were definitely their own
R&B,
sound,
a lot more, a lot more soul than that first one.
It's that dude voice,
Adam,
man.
Yeah, I think he got famous and he started like hosting the Voice, and other shit went to the wayside, and then he got with like a 12-year-old girl. His wife was like 12.
You know where that go.
But yeah, so those are the songs. The hubby. You have one?
Yeah, what you working with, man? Let me get some smoke on, man. I know that's right. That's right.
About why you're thinking a good one that I heard today, Sublime, 2 joints. I mean,
2 joints fire.
I mean, always like I smoke 2 joints in the morning.
I do smoke 2 joints at the same time sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's like 2 big clips, I'm just trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, and just especially
I'll put them in this finger and this finger. I'm like like an animal.
I love that. And shout out, they're going to be at Thunder Valley on July 1st.
Who?
Sublime featuring Rome.
Word?
Yeah, because they have a new lead singer, so it's Sublime featuring Rome.
Oh, it's tight.
But yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Mystic Roots?
Mystic Roots. Yeah, I seen them last, I don't even know, in October maybe, in Swabbies.
They're good. They're like, we're totally good friends with them.
Oh, no shit.
Been friends with them since.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
They're dope.
What's up to Coot? What's up to Cat? What's up to Rabbit?
A hoodie. I was cold as shit. I bought a hoodie. I sent it to my mom. My mom wears it now. She loves it. So there's a Mystic Roots, right?
Yeah.
Hoodie floating around in North Jersey right now.
That's fire. They've gone all over, and I'm gonna tell you, I saw them first time at Harlow's in 99.
Okay.
And then saw them again when I got with hubby in Davis. And I've always, it will happen. I want to sing one song, my favorite song with them, Smoke Out, Chico, California. I've like always. So funny. They've had different, people in the band and didn't see him for a while. And then when they came back, there was this girl lead singer. And I'm like, who the hell is that? And I was salty. upset. Cat,
Why?
I've told you this now because I was like, I'm supposed to be the one in the
Oh,
group.
that was your spot.
But
Damn,
Cat is
sis.
Cat and Coot are husband and wife. They
Okay.
have 2 so beautiful kids together. And you know, I love her now. And I told her that I was like, I did not like you when I first saw you in the group. But they are, I think they have a good lineup now, a good set of people.
Nice.
Coot from the Bay, always been cool. You know, my boys love them. We take them to like Swabbies. That's the only place we take them to see them because it's outside and it's a little better.
It's chill. Yeah.
And they made Jackson, the little one, they made his like entire year 2 summers ago. They gave Rabbit, who's the guitarist, bassist. Yeah. Or Corey's the bassist. Okay. So he gave my baby his guitar pick. And then Marco, who's the drummer, best vibes and nicest guy ever, gave him like all his drumsticks that he used throughout the whole show. And
Nice.
I mean, my son was just like
That's
this the whole time. Like we were right in front of the speaker and he did not want to move. And he just the whole time and just loved everything about him. And Mr. Groots is his shit right now. Like he will
That's what's up.
be in the shower and all of a sudden you just hear their albums or whatever. But
oh, word. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So shout out to them. They are going to be on the podcast once we can get everything worked out.
Nice.
But yeah, they're love them. Like
That's
they're really
tight.
good people. So, well, I want to jump into just a little bit of staying sane with Mary Jane. The shit that just, you know, if it wasn't for the weed, I would lose it. I would cuss more people out every single day. I would write a lot of, you know, very strongly worded letters. You know, I'd be on the Karens. If you've seen the Karen compilations that are on YouTube, they are so entertaining.
It's so good.
I'd be on there. That y'all are crazy. Man,
That part.
good Lord. But yeah, so my staying sane with Mary Jane is kind of very familiar to, like we said, a segment on your podcast. What my thing that is driving me crazy, I mean crazy right now is, of course, we are going through, well, we're not really in war, but we know that there is are they a continent, a country?
Country.
A country. There's a country on our planet, you know, that they are
under attack.
Yeah, I mean, and being completely crippled. And it's all a power trip. And it's really sad that we just had to come through a worldwide pandemic, something that was completely out of our control, something that none of us have lived through, you know, in our lifetime, but now we're having to deal with this type of situation. As parents, having to explain it to your kids, because they, of course, have so much access to it. You know, it's right there. And for some reason now, a lot of teachers talk to kids like they're their best friends. So, you know, like I know, especially my kids end up finding shit that I'm like, why in the fuck would she talk to you about that?
Right.
But, you know, it's super sad, especially when you're seeing the dilapidated, you know, buildings and people like these are people's homes 2 days ago. And now they're like shambles of a home. Yeah. So that is very sad. And I don't know what the effect will be. I hope that it's not going to go far where it will include the rest of us. I hope that for once, the United States can stay out
God, we
of
stay
it.
out of this shit, man.
Please, for once, we are not the answer.
Bro.
Our shit's not even cool.
People talking about sending the tridents. Do not send in the tridents. Please.
Like, just look, let's deal with, first of all, we have terrorists and we have a war here. Insurrection. Let's not forget that, guys. We have shit that we need to deal with at, you know, at the home level. So I hope not, but love and light to everybody there. Now my real staying sane with Mary Jane thing, the real thing, and this is, you know, this is more back to, you know, Mary Jane, the baby, the ass whooping, and the result of the brother-in-law who got it, well, the brother who got his ass whooped, now suing for $3 million. This is the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. You ask for it. It's like you telling somebody like, meet me here. And then you faking having your mom there to fight, you know, to stop the fight. Don't ask for it if you didn't want it. And I don't care that 6 of his boys who are his employees. I don't know why everybody's acting like it was like a jumping, like, oh no, his boys should have stayed back. He pays them motherfuckers so that he doesn't get sued and doesn't get into trouble.
Yeah.
Like, they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Russ, just like when Russ,
Russ
socked up Guap Dad 400. Oh,
What Russ do? Hold up. Russ teed off on somebody?
Russ has gone in, got an Adam 22 from No Jumper.
He got Adam 22?
He got
He
Adam
stole
22.
on him?
Yeah, like back in the day, like stole.
What?
Found out that this dude was at like a nail shop or something, and Russ found out, and
he stole on him.
And he kicked it with a bunch of like Nigerians and like.
Tell me the second incident. Who else he got?
Guap Dad 400. Yeah. Who ever since I like learned the background, I'm like, I don't like that dude. And then he's kind of corny anyway. You listen to him talk like you're from Oakland and all, but still.
No shit.
Yeah, got him at a festival or something, and that's what it was, right? It was Guap Dad.
Russ getting busy, man. Representing proper for Jersey, man.
Yeah. People want to play with him and play on his name and say that because he's little man that he can't do shit.
Nah, man. The one thing about Jersey, like, there's so many little towns. Don't matter if you're in the hood. Don't matter if motherfuckers can fight.
Yeah,
and motherfuckers is tough everywhere in Jersey.
Like, yeah, they kind of have to. I mean, we don't deal with it on the same level. Like, I mean, I never got asked jumped for my Timbs. I mean, I didn't wear Timbs, but what I'm saying, like a jacket and shit. That's what I'm saying. I know that was a normal thing. Maybe people got their Jordans or something, but. Man. I think that
we used to hate on the kids that had all the different colored Timbs. If you had all the different colored Timbs, we was starving for just the constructs. We was on you.
That you knew,
yeah, we was on you, man.
Yeah, don't wear that shit. Don't be trying to match outfits. Yeah, man, in the 90s and 2000s, that's what you had to do, though. You matched outfits.
You was so lit. If you could match your Timbs, man.
Yeah, don't have like a flannel
super
on and then just
drip.
So much. My son, 13-year-old, loves it. Like, that's what he asked for Christmas. He wanted FUBU, Sean John, and then he showed me an outfit of Jagged Edge and was like, Mom, I want this exact outfit. And I was like, this was so 2002. It was so 2002 from the do-rags all the way down. But the pants were like 7 sizes too big. And he thinks it looks good. He likes the wide collars and like he thinks you fit it. Okay. But my son's going to have game because he listens to all the R&B and like the good ones.
That's cool.
He goes, Mom, a woman's worth. You got to if a woman's
if a young man could digest a woman's worth, that's good.
Look, I'm not gonna have to worry about him. I'm gonna have somebody.
Shout out to Jaheim. He's from Jersey too, from New Brunswick.
Oh my God, you and my son would have a good old conversation about music because that he stays on his playlist. Okay, stays on it
from the Ville.
Yeah. Hubby had to have a talk with him. He's like, okay, some of that you don't do though, because some of what they sing about is hating. And he's like, no. He's like, no, it is. Like, this is where you decipher some stuff. So he had to learn. So but so the baby situation. What do you think about that? I know we were talking about it in a little detail. I know you saw the footage of the fight.
Yeah, but prior to this meeting this evening, I didn't know what it was about. I saw the fight. So.
But how you ask for the fight? You say on site. You tell another grown man.
Hey, look, if it's on site, if it's on site, it's on site. You can't say nothing, especially if you said it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's and doing videos, site. Like I said, setting up, media,
because that means you threaten. That means my well-being's threatened if I'm around you.
And that's what he said.
As soon as we see each other.
That's what the baby's defense is he's like, I was threatened. I was, he wasn't threatened. Especially with the 6 dudes he had.
But he said it on him for real.
He did. I mean, and
but how long? Hold on. How long was he in the bowling alley before he teed off on him? Did he just get there?
Apparently, dude had just gotten there. The brother had just gotten there because the baby had on his his shoes and everything already. Like he had bowled a couple. Yeah, like he had bowled a couple frames.
He was warmed up.
Yeah, he was ready. Right.
Damn.
So.
I'm glad they didn't start throwing bowling balls, man. Because you kill somebody with
that part.
I thought it was gonna happen. I was like,
man, can you imagine?
God. No, please God, nobody do
that. Shit just happened though. It just happened at a bowling alley in Atlanta this weekend. There was a huge fight, and people were throwing bowling balls, tables, and it started as a family altercation.
Yo, that's like the new club. What the fuck is the deal with these bowling alleys, man?
Look,
some towns that should be super turned up.
The one out here, that country club. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like that was the spot. Like if you weren't 21, because there used to, I mean, there still isn't hardly any 18 and over clubs, but if you weren't 21, you was at country club. And it got to the point that they started IDing you, wanding you, and now you have to pay to get into the bowling alley.
Yeah.
on like a Friday night around this time. Like you have to, you
Okay.
start paying like $10 to get into the bowling alley, and it's not a dope bowling alley. Let's preface there. Okay,
Sure.
it's been around for 9,000 years. But parties used to be, they have a room that people used to rent out to have parties and shit. And there used to be
Okay.
clubs there. I mean, look, I've had some times there.
All right.
Uh,
All right.
But what is coming back into being popular is skating rinks and people going
Yeah,
skating.
man. That too.
And I'm like,
I'm supposed to
ooh,
go tomorrow night.
people with skates though, because you know,
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it.
kicking somebody in the head with a skate. I don't know. I don't
I
give
do
any.
my couple laps, get my boogie on, and I get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, last time we went with the little one. He earned it, and hubby was like, "You skate, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I got out there, I was like, "I haven't skated
Yeah.
since like 9th grade." So I was like,
It's a little wobbly.
"Yeah." And see, I'm already not that just stable. So
Right.
sometimes, so yeah. So what's saying with Mary Jane is being a bitch. You're calling for something, you're asking for something, and then you go ahead and you try to make it about money. And is that really going to resolve that you got your ass kicked and you got, you know, thrown around by your hair? I don't know. I just feel like that's not a man. That's not a man move, and that's a bitch move. And you know, good thing I'm not the baby, but that's the type of shit that bothers me. Is there anything that happens in your day to day, or that's happened, you know, to you recently that you're like, "Hey, good thing I have, you know, this nice pre-roll right here."
Yeah, man. I have a 2-year-old, and he's crazy as fuck.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That fun age.
So sometimes it's nice to take a little break. Outside of that, I mean, shit, you get some bad news, man. Sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
shit don't always go your way, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, as an entrepreneur trying to figure out every single move, you know, you have to make and your family's dependent on you. Sometimes it's that the tree just slows my mind down. My mind's always fucking racing.
Yeah.
So it slows my mind down. I could chill, meditate on that, and then just fucking keep it moving. You know
I know
what I'm
you
saying?
shared with me on your podcast that, you know, you gotten into meditation and that's
Yeah,
helped you.
big time.
Where would you say, if you could tell yourself 5 years ago, you know, give yourself any advice about something that you do now that has helped you, but if you could give yourself advice 5 years ago, like implement meditation, do this, do that, what would be that bit of advice?
I would say meditation number one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I would also say cut off all the dead weight, all the iffy friends, all the ones you was iffy about, all the ones you knew you was keeping around for no reason.
Yep.
I would cut all them. And yeah, those have been the best too. I
Yeah.
think those have been the best too.
And it's the smartest thing. And do
Yeah,
you think,
man.
you know, kind of getting into, we're going to talk about a good pizza. You're having some good pizza, some good combo.
Yeah.
Do you think that becoming more of an entrepreneur, really delving into having your own, you know, cannabis brand and your own line, did that help to facilitate, you know, those thoughts? Like, it definitely helps. And I think meditation is something that helps you to open up and go, they don't do anything for me and I don't do anything for them. And it has to be like a reciprocal thing. It can't just be like, they don't do anything for me. Like, you have to be accountable and honest, as well as like, do I add anything to them? And then that way it makes it easier to go ahead and just cut that energy out, because it's no place in your life. So
yeah, for sure. Like, once you get in your 30s and you're pushing a little more towards 40, it's like, look, bro, if you cause me any kind of drama, you bring me any kind of bad vibes, if you're about subtraction or division, I'm not fucking with you. I can't fuck with you. I got no time. I'm looking at my shot clock like, fuck, dude. I got like 20 years to really hit this shit. I don't got time for that. So if you're not about addition or multiplication, you can't come into my circle. You know what I'm saying?
I like
you gotta
that.
add value some sort to my life. Me and my situation or my
And
mission.
you have to.
If not, it's all good. Go on your mission. I'm cool.
Yeah.
We can still be cool and everything, but I can't rock with you on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that's just because it's not
You know what I'm saying?
it's not conducive to what you're trying to do.
No,
And
it's not.
you know, if you have
no
a
good.
quality of life and a picture for your life and your
Yeah,
existence,
man.
you have to realize when those pieces don't fit into the puzzle.
Exactly.
You know, so
and if it ain't adding up,
yeah.
it's
So
time for some subtraction.
yeah. So speaking of, you know, like I said, this season is all about what's your why. So we're going to give a little bit of a spotlight. You know, we're going to shine that spotlight here where it's so well deserves to be. Tell us about why getting into the cannabis industry. You know, why having your own brand.
Right.
Yeah, let us know about it. How you came up with it. Give us a whole little story.
Getting into the cannabis industry. I mean, I've been just doing it forever, you know, it's just a part of me. Like I've been doing this since I'm 14, I'm 38. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you've been doing it for long, I've been doing it for longer than haven't been doing it, you know, and it's just a part of me. It's what I do. It's my second language, right? And throughout the years, I've seen what it does for people, and you know, you know, if you've been doing it as long as I have, you know, you'll have those little pull on your heartstrings moments with, like, for example, before I moved here, my god baby Adriana, she was 4 years old, and she had a helm tumor on her kidney, cancer, you know what I'm saying? Right before I left. And you know, she the chemo and all that, and she was just this poor little girl was suffering, and like she couldn't eat. You feel me? Only way we could get her to eat was with the RSO oil. You know what I'm saying? And it would, you know, it was, you know, fuck her up a little bit, but it's just weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she could eat.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. She could keep the weight on, and it just helped her with that little quality of life while she was going through that shit. And you know, I do it for that shit like that, man. People out there hurting. It's real medicine. If I can get this medicine to enough people, I can make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So was that the kind of the catalyst for moving from the East Coast to moving to Cali? If you guys
I was
haven't
trying
gone
to stay
into
my
it, if
ass
I
out
don't
of jail.
remember. Yeah, that part too. That part too. Yes. And a little, I don't want to say, well, it was
It's
free,
like-
you know, at this time. I mean, New York just
Yeah,
went,
but
what?
that shit is weak out there, man. Like,
Yeah.
all that legalization shit is weak as fuck. Right now, anyway. I love the movement. I love the progression of where it's going, but
and people working for
it's not California.
Yeah, and they're not
You know what I'm
making it
saying?
easy.
No,
You
no,
know.
and it's Jersey's super corrupt. Like you should see the laws in Jersey. I had one conversation with one lawyer, and I'm good on all that. I'll open up another business here before I do it in Jersey.
So
You know what I'm
shouts
saying?
out to those of you who are becoming successful and are doing that. And I know there are a few, and there are some success
sure.
stories for people, you know, from equity programs and things like that.
Yeah.
But stay on top of it, because it definitely seems like there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I mean,
what was the question? My bad.
just saying, you know, kind of how, you know, was it the catalyst for you moving, you know, out here and coming to into California and, you know, into the city of trees?
Yes, yes. California, yes. City of Trees
And
was
you've seen
random.
both sides,
City of
so-
Trees was random.
Oh, really?
Yeah, super random. But as far as coming here, yes. Like if you're gonna be an actor, right? You want to be in New York, you want to be in LA. You want to sell weed, grow weed, you know, make concentrates, fucking sell weed. Like this is probably the place to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And so has you heard about the opportunities in like Northern Cali versus, you know, Southern California, or was it just like the Bay is too expensive, like everybody knows? And so it was like, let's go ahead and
okay, how did I land here? So it was like it was gonna be definitely Northern California because I had a couple cousins here.
Okay.
So I was familiar with Northern California because I used to come visit. You feel me? I got cousins in Alameda, Oakland, Benicia, and Auburn.
Okay.
Right. So when I'm looking at the map, Sacramento looked like it's right in the middle.
Right.
So I said, hey, let's move to Sac.
Right.
And you know, so we scheduled a little trip. We planned the trip. We planned the move date for August 1st, and we planned the neighborhood shopping date for April, whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? April before then. We came out here, checked out some neighborhoods, you know, found out where we would live, and you know, boom. That's how I got.
That's a big, that's a big thing to do, to be able to pick up your family and kind of go on a hope and a prayer. But it's what, 4 years later now? 5?
Yeah, going on 5. August 1st will be 5 years, man.
Damn,
yeah,
so
man.
Fast.
I went fast.
That is hella
really
fast. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
We were just talking about when we first met, your oldest was just going in high school and she's in college.
Yeah,
like,
she's in college now. Yeah, word.
You know? She's on your Insta, right?
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. With the merch. I knew right away. I was like, okay, I identify right away. You guys make sure that you go and follow if you haven't already. As you know, you're watching this or listening to this, make sure you go and follow Good Pizza.
Good dot pizza with 3 Z's.
Yes. So speaking of, how did you come up with the idea for the brand and the name?
Yeah. So I was just, it was time, man. It was time to start a new project, a new thing, a new brand. I was like, you know, I want a cool brand. I could be myself, really use my personality and, you know, a little bit of my culture where I'm from. And how I'm gonna do that, man. So it's hard to pick a name that hasn't been taken, a cool name, right? So I'm like,
you can't use like the online generators. Like everything is just so common, or it's already taken.
Yeah.
There's so many brands that
For
have the
real.
same name right
Yeah,
now.
for
So
real.
many. But yeah.
And there's a saying that I knew from back in the day, and it was a family friend of ours used to say it. And he used to, an old Italian fella, and something cool would happen, something, whatever. You'd be like, yo, that's dope. He say, that's good pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a dope thing. It's a cool
Okay,
thing. That's
I
good
like
pizza.
that,
It's
yeah.
a good thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it could also mean good pizza. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? For me, it means good weed. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like a code word for
Look,
weed.
good eats, good comfort. What does pizza do for you? It's comforting.
It makes your belly feel good when you
yeah.
say it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, and it's a yes question.
Yes.
I didn't realize that till later when I started really playing with the word, but like it's a yes question. Like, do you like good pizza? Like, what the fuck you gonna say to that? Besides yes, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, except for those weird
Do you
people
like good
that
weed?
those weird people that go, well, I like the crust just
No,
with
we ain't talking about all that.
this.
You know
That's what I'm saying. Except for those rare
I
chances
know.
where you get those. But I love the like I said, when I first started learning about it, when I was on your podcast, I had to just restrain myself from asking, for more about it, because I knew immediately it was something personal. And when it's something personal, it attracts more people. It ties you into a story.
Right.
And then you know that there's actually truth and purpose behind what you're doing.
Yes. So I'm your cannabis cugine. I'm your favorite cannabis cugine. Cugino is cousin in Italian. You know what I'm saying? It's like cugine is like, you could call cugina a boy or a girl. It's kind of like the slang way to say it in Jersey.
Okay.
But I'm your cannabis cugine. You know what I'm saying?
I say that when I go on my burro walks.
No, you're not doing that. She's not doing that. She's not doing that. I'm gonna plug you up with some New Yorkers. They're gonna get you right.
Like, I will never say that I know you if you do that.
Walks,
no, so
on,
never been. I've been once to do a pageant, and we were like in and out. I was like 16, but I've never ever been. And so I was telling him about what I would like to do, going back east or going to New York, and he basically was like, no on everything. I'm so touristy. I might as well just, wear a Statue of Liberty shirt the entire time I'm there and fanny pack. I might as well. That's what I was describing. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
So I have been lucky enough to try and to be completely elevated and medicated by yoga pants, which is one of the strains that you have. And I know if you guys have followed me, I've done my little photo shoot and I've showed the packaging. I love it. But would you just take a second and kind of just swing it around there and show everybody? The packaging is really dope, guys. I think it sells the brand right away, and it's memorable, and it's not like anything else out there. So what's been, would you say, your biggest obstacle in getting your brand created and getting started?
Biggest obstacle is, so for what I want to do, I'm going to come with my own strains. So that was, it's a timeline, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got to get a distro deal, a solid one. You got to get packaging. You have to make sure your distro is in a lot of stores. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, you got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a lot of media. You got to have a lot of brand awareness. You got to have a big Instagram following. So all these things are happening at once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As simultaneously. So there's a lot of factors. A lot of factors. But like, what's holding the drop date back is more brand awareness and strains. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 locked in already in production. We're popping a lot of beans this year. I'm looking to come with no less than 3.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's smart. Because I know there's a couple out there that come out with 1.
Yeah.
Maybe they come out with like a special one, and that's out for a certain amount of time. And that's okay, but I think that hinders and it slows down their process.
It can.
Yeah. So I really like that. I mean, brand awareness, look, right here, okay? Because while we've been sitting here, I've already thought of like 5 different events or things that you can do to raise that brand awareness. But I think, because I remember when we first spoke and when you were on the podcast before, you were saying that, you don't think social media wise, and a lot of, business owners, entrepreneurs that are in the industry, they're not that left side of the brain thinker, that way.
Mhm.
Like you're more like analytical. You're thinking about the back and how to get, stuff started.
Right.
But you are such a social media person. Like
Yeah.
you are going to be the brand.
Oh, for sure.
And how
100%.
how comfortable are you with that? Like,
No, I'm good, man. I just do me.
Yeah, and
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I think
saying?
too.
And it's
You've
been
always
working.
been, yeah. I think your social media has been good. It's
Look, I got
honest,
25 plus years of stories for you. You know what I'm saying?
and it's
And
all
I
like
come from
sales.
a place where it's pretty treacherous doing this
Mhm.
type of shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it.
So it's like the stories just go on. And not
Yeah.
just my stories, like my friends' stories. Like my friends are way crazier than I am. You know what I'm saying? And do way more wild shit than me. And I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, so
You know what I
have a lot
mean?
to
Like
tap
I have so
into.
much content and like it's wild.
Yeah, you have a lot to tap into,
I
and that's
do.
what helps
I do.
a brand, become the household name, because you have a story and you have
Yeah,
longevity,
man.
and it's not the same thing over and
Yeah.
over and over again. And like I said, I was super excited when you first showed me and we were on
Thank
your
you, man.
podcast, because
I'm excited too.
I have, like I said before, and I'll say this again, when I get chills, you guys know that it's real, and
Oh shit.
and I do
That's what's
feel
up.
that. So
Thank you.
what if if I had a magic wand and I said, I'm going to bibbity boppity boop 3 things for you that become true right now immediately? What would those 3 things be? And it could be anything, including family, business, whatever.
Oh man.
And to streamline it, if so, then we can just make it for the brand. What the 3 things that you would want immediately for the brand?
Okay. I need lights, meaning I need to be in a facility with my grower, Shout Exotics 916, overseeing the operation. I need a fire ass distro deal. Looking for 10%.
Throw that out there.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do the work. You don't gotta market me. It's already gonna be popping.
Hey.
And shit. Maybe I'll take an investor too.
Like that's
Yeah, we might take in some money, maybe taking a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, is that something that you would be open to?
Open to, but not sure about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
It would
about
have to
that.
be the right deal.
Yeah. The right person, the right deal.
Yeah.
You know?
And not one of these situations where you end up
No
becoming
chads.
49%. Oh
Yeah. No chads, no none of that. No complete ownership.
Yeah.
No majority ownership.
And being a connoisseur yourself, I would, if I were in your position, I would want somebody to really be a connoisseur of the plant, to really believe behind the power of it. For us to sit down in our business dinner, at the end of it, we sit down and we roll up and we light up together.
Right.
Not somebody who is a businessman or who does CBD gummies, every other night. That's just me. How do you feel about that? Do you think that they need to have the connection with the plant in order for that to be even like them opening the door, you opening the door to the conversation or the thought?
Oh yeah. You have to have a love for the plant. You have to have a passion for this shit. I can't work with someone that's just about money. We just had a situation recently last week. 2 of my growing partners had to sit down with a guy that was, had a facility, and they were very clear it was all about the money, and you could tell they don't really know what they're doing. I don't think, because they're only hitting like 1 pound of light. They're growing strains that they're not moneymaker strains, zero hype strains. Like it just,
like
we wouldn't have done any of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could tell like that was the MO, and like I can't get jiggy with that shit.
Yeah, I can't get jiggy to this. No, I feel you. It's important because that's where the industry's going. Like if you really want it to happen, if you're like right here, you're on the cusp, and then somebody is offering you that, that golden ticket, I think a lot of people fall to that sometimes instead of, like holding steadfast and doing old school, sell CDs at the back of your car, in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like do what you need to do. Coming out the mud is, I think, a lot more respectable. Yeah. Especially in this industry.
Oh, for sure, man. That's why people connect with me, man. Like, cause of my longevity in this shit. Once they find out how long I've been doing this shit, like, bro, I pay my dues, man.
Yeah.
I paid my fucking dues.
Yeah, this isn't a game. This isn't
doing
just
this since 9-7, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
see? Hey, mine the
Come
9-7. I like that. What was that? The 9-5 plus 4 pink. That's what it was.
No.
Yeah. I will admit, confession session. I got that for the first time when hubby and I were together for like 8-9 years. I was like, oh,
No.
yeah, I did. It's so. I know.
That was so good.
But see, I'm okay. I will admit it.
Yo, we were saying that shit on the East Coast. We love that shit, man. That was my senior year of high school.
Oh my gosh, you make me
crazy.
feel so old.
Crazy.
So how did you like? I mean, I'll jump from this, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the question that the question that I got asking about how does someone identify which strains, because now they're so kind of specific as far as the popular ones, the gelatos and the the mints and what's like that. So we'll get into that. But speaking of, the 9-5 plus 4 pennies, what did you think about the halftime show?
Epic, man.
Yeah,
epic. I loved it, man. Selfishly, it was my favorite because it was from my generation. It was from my come up. You know what I'm saying? All the legends. Somehow they fucking lifted a mansion out of the fucking. With a fucking white mansion with different rooms and situations.
Look,
and the
because
whole
Dr. Dre has that money. So allegedly,
the Google map of Compton was on the field. Like, that was the craziest shit.
And did you see that it had the traffic live?
Yeah.
Like, it was like you looking at the Google map. Crazy.
Yo.
But Dr. Dre put $7 million of his own money into the production.
Wow,
yeah.
That's ill.
So
and then you got Kendrick. It was all the generations too.
I mean,
and then Kendrick.
Who knew that Kendrick Lamar was gonna do some do some choreography? I was like, is he doing a?
Wasn't surprised.
But it was so good. Though. But it was very good.
Ill.
Like I was like, this is why this man has a Nobel Peace Prize, or the laureate, the Nobel laureate, or whatever. He has one of those. He has a Nobel something that many of us will never ever.
I loved it though. To answer your question, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know there's one for like poetry and something else. That's what I was saying. But yeah, it was really good. I say it was, Prince, and actually did another podcast, and he called me to it because he asked me to name my top 5. And I was like, well, NSYNC and like Britney and all that, Janet and Justin to this day, because I do not believe that was an accident.
Yeah, that was tight. That was a good one.
That was definitely a good one. And then this one. And then he was like, well, what about Prince? I was like, oh shit. First of all, let me pick up my face, but you're right. So that, Prince, we have to, throw Prince in there, especially because he's no longer here. But that was a good Super Bowl. We watched it the other day, and I forgot that when he started singing Purple Rain, it started raining Purple Rain.
Right. Fire.
So great. So I loved it too. I like we talked about before, Mary could have done a little bit more throwback. I would have liked a little Real Love, Look at my life. Oh, something.
She should have did Real Love. She should have did everything. She should not have did
the dancery and the dance. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Fuck that song. Sorry.
It's horrible. No, it is TR.
And No More Pain. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, let's not.
What are you doing?
Like, let's not.
Let's kill the vibe, man. It's a sad song.
I'm going
happy
down.
moment. Happy moment. Sad song.
She looked great. She looked free. She looked
so good, yo. Well, she got to be 50.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah, and looking fire. I mean,
fire.
I don't know how, because I'm only 24, but everybody that we grew up with is, turning 50 soon, but they look good. We were just saying 50 legit now. 50 is the new 40, if not the new 35. The way that everybody's taking better care of themselves, and now mental health is part of their wellness, and that can be really damaging. So, and plus Black don't crack. So,
hey.
And plus you got that good money that you buy.
Yeah,
your skincare,
you can afford. Yeah, man, you better be.
Yeah, you don't buy Cetaphil or Noxzema at the Target.
Right.
So, but so I did want to ask, because you are somebody that you have taught me about certain strains and like the background, like gelatos and things like that. So the question that we received is, I have always known weed as 3 strains. And I think this is most people think: indica, sativa, hybrid. How do I choose from the gelatos, from the, the Kush mints, from the ice cream cakes? How do I choose and know which one is best for me while I'm in the dispensary, or, while making the purchase without actually have smoked it yet? So what would you recommend to this listener?
So I would say follow the terps. Figure out, like, when you smoking, right? Figure out what it tastes like, what it smell like, what it smell like on the breakdown, and just bookmark how this shit make you feel. If you had a really good experience off of like some gelato type terps, bookmark that shit.
Yeah.
You might like all the gelatos and the mochi latos and the dolatos and the fucking whatever the fuck.
And it can be overwhelming.
Candy. You might
but,
like candy terps, the ube terps.
Yeah, but like you said, everything is kind of like the, how like ology is a study of, whatever in the word.
Yeah.
So that's
This
what
is,
if
I'm
you see the
speaking Terpenese
gelato
right now.
Yeah.
You know
So
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
see lotto at the end, then it's mostly gonna be,
Yeah.
that gelato. So
yeah, there you go. Or if it's purple and it's got that smell, that
Yeah.
gelato, that candy smell. Right, fuck lotto, it puked up. Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Our 8 Mile. See, I told you we talking movie. We talking movie quotes. I told you.
I was about to say fuck gelato too, man. I'm tired of it, man. I'm always looking for some shit that don't have gelato.
He never really. No,
You
he
don't like
didn't-
gelato? It's in everything, but like I fuck with runs. I fuck with the candy
Yeah.
terps.
He likes runs. He likes the Bacio.
Bacio?
Yeah.
That's gelato. That's gelato 41.
But he but the one that was it? See, the
That's
one that we got
gelato.
with all the hairs, the red hairs. Because the one we used to get, I mean, maybe they misnamed it, but the farmers market we used to go to, all the ones that they had, they were just like so red hair, like so red hairy. Yeah. I mean, and that's more from, we definitely sound like, early 2000s when you
Follow
just
the
used
terps.
to, is it purple? Is it crystal?
Purple
Does
don't
it have
have nothing to do with
hairs?
the
Like that's what it
effects.
used to
Purple
be.
have zero to do the effects.
Back in the day before the study
Zero.
and how the knowledge now.
Temperature, yes, the temperature
yeah.
when you finish in
Back
flour.
in the day though, like
You know what I'm
we didn't know.
saying?
We used to be like, is it crystal? Does it break down like
It's
that? Was
also
a
a sign of plant deficiency.
and see, yeah, and
You know what I'm
see
saying?
things that I know.
just learned
more
that.
than I know.
I should just
More
learn
than I
that.
know.
But yeah, follow the terps. Yeah.
Terps. It's very. I mean, you guys are starting to hear that term more and more often
Terpenes, what it
because
smells like.
yeah,
Because think about it, like, so you know, like all the oil ladies, I shouldn't say ladies, the oil vendors, like the MLM companies that sell oils and shit, and like the
Essential
different
oils,
oils
yeah.
uplift your moods to
Yep.
different moods, right?
Yep.
So it's the same thing with that's terpenes. You're
it's
smelling
exactly,
terpenes.
It's
you know what
the
I'm saying?
essential oils. That's how I
Same
describe
shit.
it when I'm
Yeah,
doing
it's-
the
yeah,
demos
exactly.
and stuff. I say it's essential oils from the plant.
Exactly.
So what I like to do is open it up and in the back, in the package that it's in, smell it. It's like you guys do when you go wine tasting. If you've ever been wine tasting, if you haven't, please go. If you're an adult, why haven't you not? But it's like wine tasting. You smell it, they kind of ask the questions like, do you smell that tobacco? And you're like, no, but then all of a sudden you get that hint of it.
Yeah.
Or you taste it versus actually smelling it. It's the same thing within the plant.
Wait till you try my new strain though, Roadblock. We're calling it Roadblock. It's a biscotti cross. We're not releasing the rest of the genetics. We're keeping it Scooby-Doo for a second.
Yes.
But it's ill. Like the sugar leaves are like super fucking velvet. Like I'd call it red velvet if it wasn't out already. That's already a name. But it smells like gasoline, like gassy, creamy gassy socks with cheese in them. You know what I'm saying? Gushers is gelato 41 times triangle mints. No, times triangle kush. Excuse me.
So which one of those has the red hair?
You could see red hairs in those. The pistols.
Have you ever heard of
It just
Zookies?
depends. Yeah, Zookies. Yeah,
Which one's that, Chris?
Zookies is Gorilla Glue times animal cookies.
He really liked that one.
Yeah.
And we were able to find it like
Zookies. Yeah.
like it was popping for summer, and then it was like
Zookies was when I moved here. That's when it came out. 2017.
Yeah, so fucking
I
good.
fuck
Like
with
that's the
Zookies.
one he definitely
King
liked.
Life used to have some fire ass Zookies.
Yeah. So but back to what you were saying, for this listener, this may sound weird, but there are companies out there that have journals for you to utilize when you smoke or when you medicate.
No
just
shit.
go to the Dollar Tree and get
Just smoke, man. Just smoke and pay attention.
and just write it. Yeah, if you can't,
know what I'm
if
saying?
you
That's
can't, write
dope,
it
though.
down or record it, like really what you taste, what you feel, or whatnot.
I shouldn't
'Cause
say
it is
that. You're
gonna
right.
help.
This is for the new person. I've been doing this since I was 11. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
even
it's like,
there may be a connoisseur out there who
I have
like,
a library.
Yeah.
A mental library.
Yeah. But you kind of have to be. It's what you're putting in your body. So
Yeah.
the same way as what food works
Yeah.
best for you, it's going to be the same way with the
Mhm.
plant. So, once you get comfortable with, being able to decipher the different, terps and, the feeling and the high and whatever it is, like if it gives you the pain wellness that you need, or if it just like makes you focus and you're able to clean
Yeah.
your entire house, or
Yeah, that's
you
my
got
wife.
creative
She
or-
smokes.
Ooh,
She cleaned the fucking
man.
crib, man.
man, it could be
It's
a
it's
thing.
mandatory.
Don't put some music on.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. I'll be like, damn, I was only trying to wash the dishes, and now I just scrubbing the windows.
Straight like that.
But it's exactly like that. So that would be the recommendation, because you're not gonna know just off of the name how it's going to affect you.
No, and there's batches too. You know what I'm saying? Every
Yeah.
batch is different. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you like to smoke? I mean, it's really batch by batch.
So I like that you say that. So let's take Gary Payton, for example.
Yeah, I've had great batches. I've had shitty batches.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've seen some sell for, $70, $75 an eighth. And then I've seen some that's like $10. So it's definitely people, I don't know if people think that because it is the same name or it's the same strain that it all comes from.
Look, if you're gonna get Gary, get it from Cookies Maywood. Get it from that store down there. Because you got to remember, Surge grows for that facility. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, you gotta know where to get it from. With a big brand like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Cookies has contract grows. You know what I mean?
And it is
Sky Packs grow for cookies.
Yeah.
Surge grows for cookies. Mad people grow for cookies.
It is crazy, and they are just so big. And I do have to give a shout out to them, because they are also doing their part as far as training people to get into the industry. They had a whole incubator program. That's
awesome,
smart.
Man.
Shout out, Burner.
Shout out Burner, man. People say whatever they want to say about Burner, man. He did it. He's done so many legendary things.
Yeah.
Let me just give him his flowers for this as an East Coast dude. The fact that you made an album called Gotti, got in touch with John Gotti Jr., went to his crib, got a bottle of John Gotti's wine from his collection to raffle off, went to Times Square, got John Gotti on the billboard in a positive manner. And the billboard was the cover of his album, but before the cover of his album, Gotti slaps the billboard and it smashes.
And
then it just goes into his Gotti album.
And that's crazy.
He's in his tour bus with Gotti on the side. You know what I'm saying? Smoking, watching the Gotti. That's what you do in Times Square.
That's what you do.
That's Times Square.
That will be the only time when I'm going there, when I'm going to blow up like that. But he is. I mean, and just his upbringing and his story, and like he could have stopped at any time. He could have used his upbringing and his dad's situation. He could have used that as a crutch, like so many do.
That's why he did the Gotti album, because he had cancer and he was trying to do this shit before he had chemo. That was ill, man.
And a lot of people don't know.
I mean,
he was just he was recently diagnosed. Right?
He's fighting. He's on chemo now.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, so love and light to him, because I that was about a month ago that I found that out.
Because you hate to see a guy that made all this wealth for himself and his family, and something like that happens. It's just like a reminder, the wealth ain't shit without your health.
Nothing,
man.
right?
It's
and
crazy.
This fucking C word, like I'm so tired of it. And
fuck the C word.
And
man.
the fact that I believe that there's a cue for it, and if there isn't, then we're holding people back from finding the cure, because I think that there is a cultivator or horticulturalist out there that could definitely create a strain that could completely eradicate. I 1000% believe in the plant and believe in it. So
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Every cure is out there. I've seen plants I've never seen before. I was just in Belize. Believe me.
Oh, look at you.
Believe me, there's a cure
for everything, and
I believe it. Cure.
So I love that. I love that you, you've come as far as you've come. When we first met, it was, doing a little bit something different. Like I said, doing what you needed to do.
Tell me you wouldn't remember that, right?
And
that's Donnie Burger. That's Donnie Burger. That's GMO. It's garlic cookies. You smell that garlic cookies.
Okay,
heavy.
yes. So good. I'm glad that you brought that up. That's the newest crazy strain GMO? That I see. And the garlic cookies that I see a lot of. So what is that?
It's a big yielder and it makes a lot of hash. So it dumps. When you hear the term it dumps hash. So when they wash it and make rosin, it's hitting like 5%.
Damn. Yeah. That does smell. See, that was one of the ones that
you could smell. This is gonna get me hot.
Yeah,
I smells like oh goddamn.
Well, you take it away and
this
it's lingering.
Gonna get me fucking hot.
Like it's lingering. It reminds me of a good wine. Like you get that lingering taste and you start to get the other effects after you've already swallowed it, or like some crazy people do, spit it out. I don't know about that. That's alcohol abuse. Right. But so last thing that we'll do, that I'll question you on here before we sign off for today. What would you say is, other than any strain that Good Pizza brings out, what would you say is the the strain that everybody should have in their, in their little.
Ooh. I call that your deserted island
jar.
strain. If you was just on that island,
Yeah.
with one strain.
Yeah.
Damn, man, I wasn't even ready for that. All right, so I'm gonna go, man, sour.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Jersey boy, sour. Some real sour, some real East Coast. Shout out to Uncle Jesse's Collective and Skrill Mo and them dudes. Was for, I don't know if they came up with this term. They call it East Coast block work.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, I got the East Coast block work sour. That's what they're claiming.
Wow.
I was so impressed by just them saying that.
Yeah.
Because, like,
that's pretty crazy.
Unbeknownst to them, I'm from the blocks where the East Coast sour block work is from. You know what I'm saying? I've sold the blocks. So sold sour on those blocks. You know what I'm saying? Fed my family off sour. I know
that's coming back, kind of coming
back. But real sour, some real indoor sour.
So
other
would you say are... I would say these are kind of like the mother. Yeah. And then
Area 41 by Alien Labs, which is Lemon Fuel OG times Gelato 41.
Okay. So that, remember when I texted you the other day and I was like, I need the name? I was at Zen Garden Wellness, shout out Zen Garden, and they had that strain and another one, but they didn't. So I should have just gotten that one. And when you said,
I was just there yesterday. Sour Diesel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm noticing sour. We're seeing it so much more.
We just say sour.
Yeah, sour.
That dour. That dour, baby.
Us Californians,
we'll call that Bella if you got it from Isabella in Newark. Like, we still have to risk our life to get this shit. Like, you could get your shit splashed on that street.
I mean,
on Isabella, aka Bella. It's a street in Newark, in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how you guys
smoking
did
on that Bella. Yeah.
Like,
right.
you'd have to, everything has to be like a
I paid my dues. Like, you feel me?
And we used to just like meet somebody and meet at the 7-Eleven. And
we pull up those spots and stolen cars, like real Jersey, Essex County shit. Like, you ever seen New Jersey Drive?
No.
You ever seen New Jersey Drive? That's our boys in the hood.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all we got. You know what I'm saying?
Once again,
you gotta watch it. Grove, it's all about like the stolen car,
I'm lying. Okay, I have seen it since I've been with him because you said stolen cars. I remember that. Yeah. Now, I'll admit, I just watched The Wire for the first time in my entire grown-ass life during the pandemic. All these years, I was like, I'm not watching it. I was dreaming about it. I was like in the shower calling him and going, babe, so what happens? He goes, if you don't just watch it. Like, I was so into it. So fucking good. So good. People in Baltimore, though, I'm so sorry. Your accents are hilarious.
It's a real thing. I got a lot of people in Baltimore. A lot of people. It's so true.
Like, I want to know what happened in history where I
always say that. And look, you go south, it's Virginia.
Yeah.
And that's when they start talking country.
And it's so great because it's not.
No, you know what it was? I think I read up on this. I think they migrated from Louisiana. So it was a weird Louisiana mixed with a Virginia mixed with a New York up north. Yankee accent.
Yeah.
But why do they say chew and
so
chew?
He does it
and
so
they
good.
be gangster too. Talking like that. And they say hot dog.
Like, I just
it's weird.
We watch this one good tuber and I only watch it so he could go, he does it so good.
Yo is a thing. Yo is a person. Yeah. Like yo, what's up with yo? Who yo? I'm like, what? Because we say yo a lot in Jersey, but never
not
like that.
That's crazy. And I know we've been to other parts of the country where we've been told that as Californians, we have an accent. And I'm like,
you do. You do.
I think you guys just all want to say that we do because you guys all do.
The ones that don't have an accent.
Yeah.
Right. So it sounds like you do.
East Coast accent,
yes.
You have like a Southern accent.
So to us, it sounds like
an accent.
Yeah.
I know I was always told from my family in Jackson, Mississippi, you speak really fast, but you guys do everything fast. But they think that we all surf out here in California too. So
California still got some speed to it though. Like, I know when I used to go down south, I go and chill for like a couple of days and I start going fucking nuts.
It is a lot for me. Yeah.
But like California, you know what I mean? It's got a good heartbeat out here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to love
it's
California,
fast in a different way. There's a fast life out here.
I think that's why you can get used to it. Like, people go, how can you plan a life out there? And I'm like, how can I not? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I've always been. So
I love it.
Even if we break off and float into the ocean like everybody thinks we're going to.
Whatever. I'll be floating with y'all.
I'll be floating right in Cali. So I want to thank you so much. It's always such a good time just spending some time with you. Like I said,
Always.
I was blessed to be a guest on his podcast, which was a lot of fun.
Thank you again.
Oh no, thank you. You have some damn good questions. You actually kind of made me want to go back and be like, let me
Thank
prep
you,
up my
man.
interview
Whoa,
game a little
thank you.
bit. The book that you recommended, it's in my cart.
Good.
So you guys, please make sure that you go and follow and subscribe to his podcast as well, which goes by the same name, Good Pizza. Is it just Good Pizza Podcast?
That is called That's Good Pizza.
That's Good Pizza. There we go. That's Good Pizza.
That's Good Pizza
So,
Podcast.
Yes. And if you guys have any questions, you have all his social media will be linked to the video. But if you're not, able, you forget and you're not able to get a hold of him, hit me up. I'll make sure to make that connection. Yes. You guys are going to be sick of the brand awareness that I do, but not only is, like I said, I consider him more than an acquaintance, business partner, and a friend, somebody that I can learn from, and somebody that one day we're going to be like, hey, you want to get on that PJ together? You go and hit this up.
That's right.
Because we the plugs. So what's gonna happen?
You feel me?
But
Plug shit.
It's a pleasure because you were one of the very first guests that I had 3 seasons ago. And
Likewise.
So it means a lot. Yeah,
Word.
It means a lot for you to be here. And you guys, I hope that you had a good time tonight. Notice I didn't have to go to the bathroom anymore after that. So I want you guys to remember to subscribe, hit me up on the webpage, and leave a comment. We have the Patreon that is starting very soon. So you guys are going to be able to get extended content, maybe things that hubby, edits out. Sometimes at 2:00 in the morning, I'm like, get the camera. I got some shit to say. So maybe one of those. My strain reviews are going to be on our Patreon as well. In-depth strain reviews. So I can't wait to tell you guys about yoga pants, and tell you about just how good pizza, just how good and satiating that was. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It is the last weekend in February. When I see you next, it is going to be the best month of the entire year because it is my birthday month. Get it. So if you guys don't like to hear about somebody who talks about their birthday incessantly, then you may want to skip next month.
Tune out for next month.
Tune out. It starts on the 1st. But no, I hope that everybody is staying healthy, staying educated, staying elevated, staying completely lifted, and love and light to everybody. Please subscribe, leave a message, do all that. Bow, hit the buttons, go follow. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Another Menage with the Mary Jane Maven episode. Love ya.